Hi, everyone. It's Nicole Fevrier Davis, and this is Positive Impact for Mind and Body. I'm your psychic trainer, and I wanted to get a little bit more feedback from my friendly audience today about whether or not energy medicine should be, you got it, regulated by the state, by government. I had heard rumors about this about 6 months ago and really didn't give it very much thought. I just kind of assumed it would kind of die out. It's a ridiculous concept to regulate something that not even science really recognizes. Energy work is something that never has been scientifically proven or given any kind of basis, except to say that years and years ago, I had been doing a lot of this kind of stuff, YouTube work, and I worked with a company called Planetree, the Planetree organization, and they were very big advocates of allowing holistic therapies to be used in a hospital scenario. That's the only time I've ever understood or heard energy work to be associated directly within a scientific venue. Outside of that, a lot of people love to quote unquote debunk energy medicine. They love to do that. They give it all kinds of bad kudos and bad reputation. So I find it interesting now that we have I want to say an established population of energy workers, of people who are Reiki healers. Maybe they're transformational healers, maybe they're pranic healers, or they do this. I'd love to learn about the Metatron healing therapies, all of that, things that have given people hope and have given people a sense of direction in a world that sometimes they don't understand. Left brain dominant people, sensitive people, empaths, psychic people, and this is a world that can be highly, highly critical. And these forms of energy medicine or intuitive healing have really given us, a home. It's given us a place that we can, kind of grow and develop our own talents, our own skills, and use them for other people's benefit. That being said, I know a number of people do this completely free. They just feel a need to support and be available for healing modality that maybe people aren't accessing on their own. They don't know how to get there on their own. So earlier today, I had posted on Positive Impact as well as my own website about a bill, and it's coming up in Massachusetts now. Believe me, I am the last person on earth that is political in nature. Okay, I have no agenda. I have zero agenda. My only agenda is to help give you the best information I can, and maybe elevate your energy a little bit, help you laugh a little bit, and get a little healthier. That sort of thing. Being a personal trainer, that's my whole agenda. But I just thought I'd read this bill to you by change.org. Okay, I posted this earlier on Positive Impact. You can click on that and it will take you to change.org, and you can sign the petition yourself and support people who have basically sacrificed a lot, learned a lot, kind of given up part of themselves so they can be open and perfect channels and healers for this energy. And I got such a rush, honestly, after I posted that on Positive Impact from my angels, that I knew this is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to do, is to sign this petition to stop this regulation of energy or alternative medicine. So this is their description of it on that site. It says, stop S221 and H.350, an act regulating alternative healing therapies, formerly S.168, rather. I'm a little dyslexic, forgive me. The MA Attorney General Maura Healey has redrafted S.168, an act regulating body works, and refiled it as an act regulating alternative healing therapies. The identical bill has been filed in both the House and the Senate to ensure its passage. Now, this is terrifying. You know why? Because we don't actually have a say then. This is something that they've already kind of deemed to be okay, without representation from the public. It goes on. These S.221 and H.350 requires that the state to establish standards and licensing. Licensing is a big word. For the practice and teaching of holistic modalities under the control and direction of a board predominantly populated by massage therapists, and to restrict the teaching of the holistic modalities to schools licensed by the state at a cost of more than $8,000 for an hour. How many of you out there are healers? Any? Hello? Any? We don't charge a whole lot, right? I don't know a whole lot of healers that have $8,000 to make sure they get this training in an accredited school by massage therapists who, by the way, are really healers. They're not necessarily Reiki practitioners. They're massage therapists. Granted, they manipulate the body, muscle, and bone. I am a certified personal trainer. I had to take that certification. That was my choice. And I do believe there are some, libelous areas, okay? Laying on of hands, therapeutic touch, any of those, they don't manipulate anything. It's simply a laying on of hands or above the body. Touch is the number one healing thing you can do, even if you're not a Reiki healer. So, these are to restrict the teaching of holistic modalities to schools licensed by the state. How would the state and a massage therapist know what is legitimately a reasonable amount of education and time to be an instructor for these modalities? These are people, like I said, I'm talking about empaths. I'm talking about hypersensitive people. Maybe they are very right brain dominant, not so much left brain dominant. So articulate some of these concepts in a course curriculum. Can you imagine? I don't know that that's going to go very far. The other thing let me go on. So this bill is being presented as a solution to human trafficking and prostitution. What? Where do they get that from? That's kind of a reach. According to the MA Attorney General's office, the bill creates a regulatory structure for alternative healing therapies to prevent criminals from using these currently unregulated practices as fronts for human trafficking. Okay, this is what I'm asking. I'm asking all of you to weigh in on this. I have never, ever, in fact, ironically, I've heard more human trafficking through massage parlors than I have ever heard in a holistic or energy healing sense. You see what I'm saying here? How out there this is? S.221 and H.350 will negatively affect thousands of soul practitioners and instructors from a wide array of disciplines such as Reiki, Qigong, Asian bodywork therapy, Traeger, Feldenkrais, Ayurvedic therapies, reflexology, polarity therapy, Rolf structural integration, body-mind centering, acupressure, energy, somatic healing practices. I can probably think cranial sacral therapy is probably being tossed into the mix there as well. Who are now exempt from massage licensure under current law. I just have a little bit of an issue with human trafficking being connected with energy work. You know what I'm saying? Don't you? Don't you have an issue with it? Now, I've blacked out my own comments, so if you've been commenting, I have no clue. Okay, detrimental aspects of this bill. This bill uses occupational licensing laws to attempt to solve a criminal law enforcement issue. There are better ways of doing that. This is simply the government's way of making more money, okay? This bill threatens the public's ability to access the alternative health practitioners of their choice. These subjects are completely separate and should not be lumped together. This bill seeks to have holistic modalities taught only at state licensed schools with curriculum meeting state established standards. I want to know what the area is for the instructors. I want to know what that where do you land in that area? These are arguments obviously by the change.org people, but another point is it creates an unnecessary burdensome level of compliance for holistic health practitioners. Please protect the public's right to access health care, and please oppose these bills. Okay, so my point is, I don't think, and maybe this is why Jesus was thrown out of the temple, right? Because the people who were in power at that time had total control. And then they saw Jesus and they said, oh, people are following him. People are, ignoring us in the temple. And maybe we should try to just off that guy. This is kind of like the same thing. And I hate to think that, because I'd like to think, Positive Impact Life Facebook page, 17,000 followers. I have, maybe 1,000 Instagram followers on my own, a couple of hundred on my Facebook page. I'd like to think that we come out swinging. I'd like to think that we come out with maybe 100,000 people denying these people from our right to heal. I think there should be a lot of energy put behind this. And if I hear the angels correctly, it's not meant to regulate. We don't sit around and say, these priests now have to be trained by a state regulated school. Do we hear that ever? And yet priests have a laying on of hands. So you're going to send them to these schools? I'm missing something here. And I need proof of the human trafficking piece. I want to know where that piece came from. Massage parlors, definitely. I've heard that. This is not that type of dynamic. If you out there heard of any human trafficking in conjunction with energy medicine, please let me know. I'm stunned. I would love to hear about this, because I would be the first one in their faces. I would be the first one after them. That being said, please, please, please click on that link, in the post. No, I guess it would be down below me now. Click on the link in the post that I had up earlier today at 11:11 a.m. Ask your angel guidance if you need further guidance. Ask the Holy Spirit. Ask all of your ascended masters and angels for guidance if you are struggling trying to figure out if you should participate or not. I'll say I am the first one to back away from politics. I'm not. I don't really feel that my sole purpose is about fighting in politics. This is not about that. This is about our human right to heal. Traditional medicine, with or without supplementation, with or without any other equipment or things. If we choose to heal on a level that government cannot control, that's what's getting their attention. That they're not going to get the money that they could from an accredited school. They're not going to get the money they could. Now, it would be an interesting thing, like I said, if we could get some, let's get some of those details about the human trafficking. I just think that is a hot button, that they're going to want to push to get you on their side. And as I said before, I said this before over and over and over again, you know, the devil, evil, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in evil. Well, you better, because it's showing up in ways that you would never anticipate, okay? That evil presents a problem to us and says, you know, it pushes on our ego. It says, you have no control. This is a problem. Let's get angry about it. Let's push those buttons. Let's be fearful about it. Let's get so angry, agitated, fearful, that you do something. And here's the solution. And the solution is going to play, and that's what the angel said, the solution is going to play on our vices. So one of our vices might be a need for control. Another vice might be a need to feel safe, or maybe utilize in commercialism, in retail, you know, devices of looking better, feeling better, taking a pill, taking a drug, taking something to help you look better, feel better, change. In this case, they're using our weaknesses, our fears. They're playing on our anxieties in hopes to gain more control. So they give us a solution, this quote unquote solution, that they ultimately benefit from, but we get nothing from. So we have to weigh and measure our purpose. You know, are we in this life to simply comply? And I go back to, if there's too much of this regulation going on, we won't have choices anymore. And I don't believe in dismantling everything. I do believe in structure. I do believe that there are laws in place for a reason. I believe the majority of the police forces are doing a good job. We need that. Otherwise, you have chaos. In this instance, this is not chaos. This is manipulation. This is manipulation of words in order to get control and money, more control, more money from the public. So, sorry, I preached at everyone today. My hope was to help enlighten and give you more guidance, and forgive my appearance. I worked out earlier. Sometimes you just have to get it in there. You know, you don't have any choice. You have to get it in there. So I apologize for looking the way I do, and I apologize for preaching at you, but I do not apologize for this cause. I hope you do sign the petition. I hope you, if you've been attuned as a Reiki healer or in any of those other modalities with a group, within a group, please share this petition with all the energy workers you know, and try to impress upon them the importance of not allowing not one state to take this kind of control. Not one. This is out of the realm of government. This is a spiritual soul calling. And I got a little mess. Energy and people in spirit. I stumbled upon this live not for no reason. Hi, Kyria. So I'll just give you a little of my background, and I said it in the post earlier. I posted earlier. I am a Reiki master. I've been giving Reiki practitioner for 30 years, master for the last 14 years. There is a new bill in the state of Massachusetts that is trying to regulate it, and it is not. I sincerely don't believe it's a regulatory thing. Like I said, science doesn't acknowledge it. The medical field doesn't acknowledge it. That the Plane Tree organization try to be a supportive and advocate of holistic therapies in hospitals, but energy medicine is energy healing. In essence, is something that is very personal, very elusive to the medical arts, elusive to the science arts. So there's no way of proving or providing a barometer of how well you're doing. And they're attempting to have us educated by the state, who basically government knows nothing about energy work. But if you have specific questions, feel free to ask. You can also reach me on my website, which I'll put in here. Energy and people and spirit. That's a big, broad subject, isn't it? So this is, okay, so I'm a psychic personal trainer and Reiki master. So doing all three for about 30 years, okay? Energy comes in through the body, through the top of our head and through our feet. It infuses us with life force. This life force gets depleted over time. And as we deplete over time, we end up having weaknesses in different organs or muscles or bones or something else, eyes or whatever. Energy work helps to rebalance and reinvigorate the life force within the body so it can heal and regenerate new cells in a healthy manner. Our souls, our spirits, are active process when we become a healer, when we become, the practitioner of energy work. People transferring energy to each other. I'm very empathetic, and prophetic in dreams, lucid in senses, and need to develop. Ooh, well, Curia, you might be interested. I teach a course called Be a Body Psychic. There's Be a Body Psychic 1 and 2. And it is for people like yourself who have psychic ability or intuitive ability. They may even hear, like I'm clairaudient or clairsentient. So this course helps them kind of grow and develop that ability. Ooh, and we should do it soon. If this is going to get regulated, I'm not charging $8,000. That's the other thing I want to say. If anyone out there is a Reiki master, really pack them in now. Pack them in. Start getting more and more light workers in as much as you can. And I know some of these master classes, you want to take 3 months and 4 months. Do it in 3 weeks, okay? Get them going. I taught a few classes in the past. It's not my thing, but I think we need more light workers. And that's what the angels are telling me, that I'm creating a light network. Also, just by the way, Sunday mornings at 11:15, I'm doing an open prayer with my original group, spiritual group. There was just 4 of us for about, I don't know, let's say about 10, 11 years, studying a search for God and healing, Course in Miracles and things like that. What's that, Claire? So, okay, so when you're clairvoyant, you see visions psychically, you see things in your mind's eye, right? Or you'll open your eyes and you see colors, or people are standing in the room that aren't there. Clairaudient is when you can hear people talking, and I hear people talking all the time. It's just I choose to tune them out when I'm doing things like this. And clairsentient is when you can feel tingling, or if you feel someone holding your hand or pressing on you, that's clairsentience. So you're getting a little lesson right here in a nutshell. Light workers. So light workers, okay. When you're a healer, you're dedicating yourself to that life force. Right? And I'm using vernacular that is very common in the holistic field of energy work. But light workers, what we're trying to do is a conscious effort to be channels of divine energy down into the earth and spread and broadcast out from our own human physical form. So we're channeling higher and higher vibrations of energy, that divine level of energy that emanates the life force that's a part of it, but we want to broadcast it out to everyone we know and everyone we see around us. I even broadcast it out on my YouTube or on Positive Impact or my website. I'll broadcast it out periodically because I just feel there's not enough healing in the world. It is true. We focus or we don't focus. What happens is the negative, the evil distracts us from our own divinity, our own light, our own healing energy. And the more distracted we become, the more out of balance we be. So not only do we have to deal with our regular stresses, our day-to-day stresses in our lives, but we're also dealing with the deliberate distractions, from your phone, your computer, your television, radio, and then beyond that, if you're clairaudient, like you can hear, you're also trying to tune that crap out. It took me a long time to control, but I've worked on it for a while. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about is people who are spiritually centered, who can channel and pull in that energy. And really anyone can do this if they focus on it. Prayer is a sort of light work, but you're putting your verbal intention out there, not so much the energetic intention. The verbal intention has a little bit of energy in it, but that energetic intention, when you sit there and you actually focus on your breath, pulling in the energy into your body and then disseminating it to the masses, that's when it gets exciting. I love that this is so me, but I do struggle with the fruits of the spirit. I'm a dreamer. I heal people in my sleep. That's awesome. That's fantastic. And so, Kyria, the one thing I'm wondering is maybe because you stumbled across this, maybe, your soul is looking for a better way of expressing your talents, maybe grounding what you know and what you have a little bit more through some of the practices. So good. Thank you. Maybe you need to ground some of that intuitive ability, some of those lucid dreaming abilities in a way that you can actually help other people with it intentionally. Be advised, if you are an empath, if you're psychic, if you're a natural healer, and you feel a little overwhelmed at time. I just did this conversation in the fourth module of my Be a Body Psychic 2 course, that you always have a choice. I grew up with psychics that always seemed to be at the beck and call of a spirit that was guiding them or an angel that was guiding. You always have a choice. And if it's too much at once, you slow it down and you say, I can't listen right now. I can't do this right now. I can do it in an hour, or I can call that person. Some people say, but I just had to tell them. Well, you have to decide, you have to discern between what is your ego needing to tell them, or if it's a genuine, this person's going to die unless I tell them. There's a difference. So, can't scare anyone either. So that's the other piece of this. There's a whole etiquette about providing people with information and energy healing that sometimes I'll go to a party and someone will be newly attuned as a Reiki healer, and you see them like, oh, I have to touch you. I have to put my hands on, and you just know their ego's really working on in that moment. But it's okay, because if the person accepts it, that's one thing. If the person freaks out and is like, get your hands off of me, that's another thing. That's something else I teach in the course, is how to read people, not just in a psychic sense to give them information, but just to read people from across the room. Is this person going to be receptive? Or is this person not going to be receptive and this energy is being wasted for the time being? There's a time and a place for everything. So anyway, you always have control. You always have control over what's going on for you. But like I said, let me put up my website and you can check out my course online. mindbodymastery.org. This is my website. And then you can also check this out, Kyria. You can text, here, let me write this quick, body dash mind to 33777. Only one D in body dash mind. But you'll get a free download for a body scan just to see what you come up with, because it sounds like, oh, no problem. This is, like I said, I'm here for you guys. This is what I do. I have no no problems giving information out there. But when you text body-mind to 33777, you'll get a download. It's a body scan download visualization that I give to people for free. I think it's very helpful when you need to find out what's going on in your own mind and body, but also B, it helps to strengthen and develop your own intuitive and psychic abilities. And you'll get a sense of what that's like. So the Be a Body Psychic 1 course is 4 weeks. It's only one module on Monday. We do a coaching on Thursday or Friday. And it's at your own pace. It's whatever you need to do at that time. But that being said, like, there's also Be a Body Psychic 2. I have a couple of people taking the Be a Body Psychic 2. This is the first time I've offered this online. I've taught it for years and years and years, since 2001, at holistic spas and centers and destination spas and all of those expos, etc. This is the first time I'm doing it online. It's kind of like interesting because now we have, instead of trying to pack it all into one long weekend or one 4-day weekend, now we give a lesson. You have homework. Sorry, that's just a part of the package. You'll have homework for a week. And the homework is you finding people to read. So you get stronger and stronger and stronger at it, right? That's the only way you get good at this stuff. So at the end of the week, you have a series of notes that you've taken on each person you've given a reading to. And I coach you through that. And, maybe you see things you're not clear on what it means. So you'd like a little more clarity on that, so that we go through that. And there are other people in the group that can kind of share their experiences with you, et cetera. It's a really nice group, and people are joining in all the time. So it changes. People are ending at one point and starting at another point. So it changes all the time, but I always try to keep a support group that can give you feedback regardless of what point you're at in the program. Oh, get my glasses back on. Do you know how to consciously block negative energy or anything about developing the senses? Of course. That's what this Be a Body Psychic is all about. Like I said, go to my website. This is what I train people in. This is what I do. I've been doing it for 30 years. I can't get into it now because it is copywritten information, and basically, the body scan is an opportunity for you to explore and experience what I teach. And then when you join the Be a Body Psychic 1 course, you get the workbook and CD for free. I didn't mean for this to turn into an infomercial about Nicole's Be a Body Psychic 1 course, but now that we're here, you get the workbook and CD for free when you join the Be a Body Psychic 1 course. It's 4 weeks, like I said. You get a module on Monday, a coaching on Friday, and it helps you not just grow and develop your own psychic intuitive sense about your own mind and body, but I'd like to train people to be that good to start to maybe make a side income, or, because this is information I think a lot of people need in their own personal growth and development. And what I see a lot of now are psychic courses that are very vague. And it's like this nebulous area that, oh, just imagine what this person, no, I have a very systematic way of reading people that is dead on. And once you start getting the habit of the right things, you're going to nail these readings. But I would try the body scan and see how you do. Like I said, when you get the body scan download, when you text body-mind to 33777, you'll also have an opportunity to email me if you have any specific questions about the course, or the timing of it, or what's involved. There's a description on it underneath the free download. There's a description about Be a Body Psychic underneath that, so you kind of get more of an idea of how to handle or how I handle the curriculum step by step. You go step by step. Someone said to me, the best thing about the course was the fact that feel like an alien. I didn't feel like I was being thrown into something just for the experience, the shock value. She said it was a step progression, and gradually I'm beginning to realize, I can trust my knowledge. I can trust my intuition. And I'm seeing, I'm feeling, and hearing more than I have ever before in any other class. So that was just her take on the whole thing. Okay. So anyway, Curia, maybe one day, you know, we can actually chat more about that. And in the meantime, thank you so much. Please click on the post I posted a little bit earlier down beneath. It would be down beneath me now because it was earlier in the progression of posts about not regulating energy workers and their practices. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you. And enjoy your mind and body, and I'll see you Thursday. Oh, and a little announcement. I have some fabulous guests coming up next week. I'm so excited. One is the owner of Healthy Line mats. They're far infrared mats. I have one. I love them. And I'm hoping to interview him next week. And I'm also interviewing the creators of Sacred Geometry Jewelry and portals. This is fascinating shit. You know, so you're welcome, Curia. Thank you for stopping in. Every Tuesday and Thursday I'm here, usually 3 o'clock Tuesday. Thursday it's 1 p.m. And you know, I'll be on Positive Impact Life, so you can always circle back if you didn't catch it live. Thanks again, you guys. All right, have a great day. Enjoy the sun if you're in a sunny place.